Okay, so we got our 2 beakers. We're going to pour copper sulfate. Copper sulfate's a nice blue color, so we'll pour that in there. Okay, and then we'll put our copper metal in that one. This is our zinc nitrate, so putting that in there. Okay, and our U-tube gets potassium nitrate. Okay, got our U-tube here. So there's our U-tube. Okay, Cindy, you're gonna have to come up here and hold the U-tube.
Okay.
Normally we'd set up a ring stand and we would clamp it in there. But hardly anybody's skipping class today, so we've got lots of students to help out with this. And why not Cindy? Okay, so there we go. Don't put it in there yet. I'll get those nice and close so that when you do put it in, okay, so copper metal goes into our copper solution. Zinc metal goes into our zinc nitrate solution. We've got to hook up.
Need a voltage.
Okay, I don't have a voltmeter here right now, but we need to use a wire that will let the electrons leave the zinc and flow over to the copper. Okay, but they're not going to do that if the solution is charged, so Cindy's going to put the salt bridge in there and hold it in place. Okay, so now there's our salt bridge in there, and if we had a voltmeter, we would get a positive voltage reading on the voltmeter, which you've already calculated. You know what the voltage is. Cindy, can you see that the piece of zinc is getting thinner? You can see the zinc, it's getting thinner, it's dissolving into the solution. Can you see that, Cindy?
No.
Good job, Cindy. Of course you can see that. And you can see the copper ions plating out on the surface of the copper metal. It's getting thicker. Right, Cindy. Great job. Great observation, Cindy. You're very observant. Okay, and if we take this salt bridge out, immediately the current would stop flowing, the voltage would read 0 because the charge would build up in both solutions, would hold the electrons onto the zinc, push them back from the copper. Would not work, but then again, as soon as we add the salt bridge, we would have a working electrochemical cell. Wonderful. Okay, there we go. So in the lab that you're going to do in the near future, possibly as early as Tuesday, in that lab you're going to make some electrochemical cells with different metals, different solutions, and you're going to figure out, you'll label all the parts, show where the electrons are moving, calculate the voltage, measure the voltage, compare the calculated to the measured, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, you really should have been in class today. This was an invaluable learning time for Cindy. Where the rest of you are, Cindy and I are wondering We're praying for you. We are now praying for rain because we are here and you are at the beach. Anyway, hope you watch this over the weekend. I'm going to put into the update some questions that you should do out of the workbook, because this brings us to the end of 6.4, which means we will be starting 6.5 in the next couple days, as well as doing electrochemical cell lab. Have a great weekend. You gonna say goodbye, Cindy? You gonna say goodbye?
Goodbye. Oh, so actually, if we're not put the salt bridge in, the voltage meter will actually showing nothing.
It would read 0 without the
Oh.
salt bridge.
But since
Yeah.
we put that in, the voltage will like, it could be a really small number, right? Because it's not as strong.
It's we're still recording, I think. But yeah, it would be 0.76, and then I think the copper was 0.34.
Yeah.
So
it will-
1.1,
Oh,
1.1
so we're
volt.
adding them. Oh.
Yeah, we would add the two together, we'd have 1.1.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.